mountains rising now, carrying me closer to the sun. The sun. I hear my people calling, my people marching to the sun. Sun.
Okay, official title. I'm Joseph Walsh, Commercial Director for Distell International. And unofficial title is I'm probably an enabler, stroke fixer, stroke agony uncle, stroke everything else. And I am passionate about trying to motivate a team of people in the UK that are relatively new to the business, that have a lot of high energy, a lot of passion and a lot of motivation to succeed. I joined the business in February 2016. We had two parts to our business. We had our Scottish part of the organisation, which was HR, supply chain, production, finance. The bigger part of the organisation was up in Scotland, and we had this very small satellite office down in London. They very much focused on wine, and the Scottish part of the business focused very much on spirits, and that was more established because that was the old Burn Stewart. When I joined, I was keen that we should all merge portfolio, and we needed to focus on which brands we thought were going to be successful in the UK, because a lot of this was very new at the time. And I sat down with my supply chain director and we took a bit of a punt, a bit of a gamble on what we thought which brands would be successful, and we shipped over a couple of containers from South Africa, and some absolutely flew out and some of it not so. And 2 years later we now know what are our focus brands. We did a lot of consumer insights, spoke to a lot of customers, but what we did do is we built a UK structure, we built a UK hub. We probably had a sales team of about 4 people at the time, couple on wine, couple on spirits. And we joined it all together and we ramped up the capability. So we've probably got about 25 salespeople now across all channels. We now play directly with multiple retail, impulse, wholesale, convenience, specialty retail, on trade, Scotland, England, Ireland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and it's across on trade and off trade, across the spectrum. We ramped up the capability in the marketing function. We moved offices to Richmond from Twickenham, and we built up a UK hub. And the UK hub meant that we could service customers, smaller customers, order on day 1, deliver day 3. And previously we'd only be able to supply Tesco, Sainsbury's, the big retailers who could wait 8 to 10 weeks direct FOB from South Africa. So that was a shift change that we could do. We had this hub. Has it gone without teething problems? I would love to say it was flawless, but along the journey you react to different things and you try and go along the way. And look, we had lots of contingency planning meetings with various different function heads, mainly supply and IT and customer services. And one of the biggest changes that we brought into the organisation was SAP. And I'd love to say that was a flawless integration. Wasn't the case. But I don't know one organisation that has had a flawless SAP implementation. So, but we've learnt from it, and we've moved on. We're now at a place now where we can get orders out on time where we couldn't last July. So we are heading in the right direction. I could give you the default answer, which is we offer excellent customer service and we have great brands, but everyone probably tells you that, and that's the default answer. I think that the truth for me is we are this hybrid organisation that has this weird and wonderful portfolio. We are the world's second biggest cider producer. We are South Africa's biggest wine exporter, and we have some wonderful malt whiskies. There's not many organisations that I know that have a similar portfolio split. Probably Pernod with some wine and spirits, but that's difficult in itself to manage because you become an asset-rich company with lots of assets, wineries and vineyards and distilleries. But what we are different, I see us as being different because we're actually authentic. Our brands tell real, genuine, authentic stories. And I'll give you one example. We have Amarula, and so it's the number 2 cream liqueur in the world, okay, compared to Bailey's. And Bailey's Diageo does a fantastic job with Bailey's. But the story behind Amarula is a fantastic story. It's the marula fruit. So it's organic marula fruit that only grows in certain parts of Africa, and the elephants gravitate every time it's harvested towards the marula trees, and the story is that they knock down some of the fruit ferments, and these elephants stagger around and get drunk off this marula fruit. But we do a lot of work with elephant conservation, and we don't talk about it enough. And every customer I speak to, I was with Martin, the MD of Bestway, last week. He says to me, "Why don't you talk about the elephant story with Amarula?" He said, "You know, if you did," he said, "I just think the product's great, it tastes fantastic, but you could really go places." I said, "Well, we do, but we don't want to be so overtly in your face with it, because you don't want to be constantly talking about, look at all the good stuff we do with our elephant hospital and how we support it and the elephant conservation work we do." But we do. And I think that's authentic. That's not a made-up story. That's not a marketeer's dream behind the elephant on the label. That's genuine. So I do think we have some great stories with some great brands. And the good thing for me is the UK is an untapped market for us, really. And once we can get some real adorers, consumers who fall in love with the brands, which we've got already, and get liquid on lips, I think the only way is up. Take counsel. Take counsel from people you respect and trust. Ask for honest feedback. I think sometimes people can sugarcoat it, and I don't want to have it sugarcoated. I want to know honestly what the real truth is, not the perception. And I think it's important that you do that you don't make hasty decisions. I think that a good leader probably surrounds himself by good people in good different departments, and I think you've got to trust them to make those right decisions without micromanaging anybody.